you guys are doing great. I'm doing fantastic. So, if you're new here, like I'm new here, yes, I'm new to the whole channel, podcast, whatever you want to call the thing. My name is Denisha, and this is called Candles and Chat, where I make candles and we chat about whatever comes to mind. So, today we're going to be making two different scents. Scent number one is sugar and spice. It's not my favorite. I really don't like it, but it sells, so I continue to make it. Scent two is over there. It's still kind of melting a little bit. It's called Sleepy Night. It's one of my favorites. Uh, it, it's a weird combination of scents, but it just smells so good. So it's lavender and Christmas tree, and it smells mm, so freaking amazing, and I love it. They are part of my fall winter collection. Got to get ready for the fall, so we're doing that. All right, but today, what we are going to talk about is motherhood, parenthood, whatever kind of hood you want to call it, because it's ghetto. So, let's see. I have three kids. For those of you who do not know or just don't know me in general, I have three kids. I have two girls, one boy, 8, 5, and 2. And I love them to death. Would do anything for them. Anything. Give them my last, my all, whatever it is. I will fight a kid for them. But they just get on my nerves sometimes. They do. They really, really do. And whoever said that boys are easier than girls, use a lie. You are a lie. I just want you to know that. Like, that's a lie. The boys, mm. My girls are easier than my son is. I will tell you that. But, anywho, so when I had my oldest daughter, when I had her, I was in high school. So I'm a teen mom. I was a teen mom. I was a teen mom. I was 17 when I had her. Being pregnant with her, it was really easy. I had no issues. I had no well, I did have complications, but it wasn't a complication, so to speak. But I had, some issues with carrying her. She decided to stop growing at 5 months, and which led to me being induced and having her on Thanksgiving. Fantastic. Thanksgiving baby. So we're in a hospital. I'm waiting. They already gave me, I want to say Cervidil. I think that's the name of it, to induce my labor. It did not work. It was supposed to dilate me, but it just didn't. So they was like, well, we can't send you home, so we're gonna have to just, like keep you here until she decides to come. Right? I was like, okay, cool. Throughout the entire time, up until I got my epidural, I was just highly, highly, highly irritated. Like, I wanted to launch everybody out of the freaking window that was right next to me. I was on the sixth or eighth floor. I want to say sixth floor to be exact. But I was just like irritated. Anything that anybody said, did, or didn't matter. It pissed me off. Pissed me off to the fullest degree, and I was just not having it. So I wanted everybody to just, like be launched out of the window. I feel that's perfectly understandable and normal, but most people didn't. So, um, we're waiting, and I finally started dilating, um, a little bit, and I was having contractions that I didn't know that I was having. And they're like, okay, well, since you're dilated, we're gonna, like go ahead and continue and proceed. Um, it got close to me, like completely dilating. I need this little. I hate using wax strips because they don't melt in the dye. I mean, in wax, like it's not melting. So I'm trying to get it to the bottom so that way I can put it on the skivet thing, a little warmer that I have. It's just a portable stove top that I use. I'm trying to get this to the bottom so I can, like melt it and move on. but it won't go to the bottom. So we're just gonna melt the whole thing. All right, moving on to the next one. Anywho, so um, I'm in a hospital and I finally started contractions and I finally started dilating and then it got close to like get the epidural. And by this time I had I can't really remember the name of them, but it's this it's this drug that they give you, right? To help ease the pain because I had finally started feeling my contractions. It's just to ease the pain and like to numb everything. And it made me high as a kite. Like I'm not even gonna lie. And at this time, I did not really do drugs. So okay, let me not say drugs. I didn't taste grass until after I had my kids and I graduated high school. So yeah, right. Okay, moving on. So um I don't know if y'all can hear my son, but he's like calling my name and I'm ignoring him. But anyway, so uh they gave me that and I was like livid. I was just out of there. I was gone. And I wanted to do things that I couldn't do, but my legs, I couldn't feel my legs. I needed like assistance to go to the bathroom. That's how out of there I was. And so um after getting that like twice, my contractions started to, push through and dilate. And so I was dilating, and then it was like, okay, well, since you're almost at that little threshold of being completely dilated, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and give you your epidural, and we're just gonna see what happens. So I'm waiting for my epidural. The dude that is supposed to give me my epidural, he is like a room down doing it for somebody else. And so at this time, I need to pee. And so I'm telling my nurse, she wasn't the bestest of nurses. Yes, I said bestest. She wasn't the bestest of nurses. And she was like really rude and, just like not my cup of tea. So I tell her, like, hey, I need to potty and can I go potty? And she was like, no, you can't go potty because the doctor, he's like right here. He's about to come and, like give you your epidural or whatever. And I was like, okay, well, I can't wait that long. I need to pee. And she kept just insisting that I could not go. And I kept insisting that I needed to go. And so I told her, I gave her an ultimatum. I told her, I was like, look here, Miss Lady Ma'am, either you let me go pee or I will pee in this bed. And she thought I was playing and that I would not pee in the bed. And I was like, ma'am, you must not know me because I will pee in this bed. If I tell you that I need to go and you're not letting me, I will pee in this bed. I'm highly irritated. And right now, what I say go. And so I peed in the bed because she wouldn't let me go. And she got mad. And so she decided to go tell her little nurse friends and like, hey, she just peed in the bed. I can't believe this. Like, no home training. But and my sister overheard her. And so my sister just like went off on this lady and just like, you don't talk about my sister like that. If she needs to go to the bathroom, it was your job to take her to the bathroom. You need to, like chill your attitude, fix it, all that good stuff. And so she did. She changed her attitude towards me and fixed it because if my sister didn't do it, I was gonna do it. Because I have an attitude and like ain't no other. And you do not want to get on my bad side. So I peed in the bed and then she has to clean up. So now we're delayed with the epidural because she didn't let me go pee. If she would have took that 2 seconds to take me to the toilet and let me go pee, we wouldn't be in this mess. But she didn't. So I peed in the bed. And then they finally get my epidural and it's like, all right, cool. We're all cool, we're fine, we're nice, we're good. And the doctor, he was like, okay, well, from the looks of it, you're like almost there. But if you aren't completely there by the morning, then we're going to go ahead and schedule you a C-section. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But Miss Monet Rose was not having that. She didn't want her mommy to be cut open. So the moment he said that, walked out the door, I hear a water balloon just fill up and then just like pop. I don't know what it felt like for you mommies out there when y'all water broke, but mine's just felt like a water balloon filling up in my brain and then just popping. And so it popped and I heard it pop. And then I was like, guys, because my sister and my niece is with me. So I'm like, guys, I think my water just broke. And then they was like, what? I was like, I think my water just broke. And I was like, are you sure? Are you serious? Like, doctor literally just left. I'm like, yeah, nope, it broke. Yep, it's there. And so, and I can't feel my legs. So I can't, necessarily confirm that my water has broken because I can't feel anything below the waist down. So they call the doctor. The doctor comes, but the nurse comes in, and then the same nurse, she looks and she's like, "Oh, yeah, your water did break. And your daughter has a head full of hair." I was like, "What? What? Hmm? And what? What do you mean she has a head full of hair? I mean, I know babies come out with a head full of hair, but I didn't know that she was out. Like her head was playing peekaboo with my vagina at this point. I didn't know that." So after 3 long days, I finally delivered her on Thanksgiving. I was like, thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you. Fantastic. She came a little bit early. She was due on December 3rd. And my family, if you weren't like close to me, my immediate family only knew. So everybody else didn't. We had a code. So since her birthday was supposed to be December 3rd, 2014, the code was 1234. Get it? It was 1234. And then after that, when we found out that she was the size of a rice grain, that was her name. Her name was Rice. And so we will all like send subliminal things about rice or say subliminal things about rice, you know? But I'm sad that that name did not really stick with her, Rice, because that would have been cool. She's like in it. She's a little like right little child. That would have been cool. But she's a very shy kid. She's like me. She doesn't talk to people. She's very introverted. Except for me, I'm an ambivert. I think that's what it's called when you're an intro extrovert. So I'm self kept. I'm kept to myself. I'm a homebody. I'm chill, cool beans. I go with the flow. Very nonchalant. But around people I'm comfortable with, I can be loud, out of there, out very outgoing, and all riled up. And plus, I have a natural high. So I'm an introvert, extrovert, which is an ambivert, and she's just an introvert. She's very, to herself when it comes to a lot of things. She doesn't really talk much at school with her friends, you know, but everybody loves her at school because she doesn't talk. Of course, what's not to love? She doesn't talk, but you know, she fights for her sister a lot. And that Anaya Marie, so the first one is Monet Rose. Anaya Marie, she's the child that tests your gangster, but she's very sweet. Her her pregnancy was, same as Monet. I had to get induced because she decided to stop growing at 5 months. I don't know what's up with that, but whatever. I guess y'all do you. And she came out not crying, and that was red flag number one. Red flag number one. You're not crying when you come out the womb. The doctor has to make you cry. Red flag number one. But she has like no fear. She's not scared of anything. She's very sweet though. She's a very big people person. She loves to interact with people. She loves to talk to people. She loves to get hugged. She just loves love. She's like the type of person that she's my Sour Patch Kid. I call her my Sour Patch Kid for multiple reasons, but she's the type of person is what the world needs. That love, that care, that loyalty. That's her. That's her. But she's a Sour Patch Kid. So if you're not as sweet as she is to her, that she is to you, then ooh, you're in for a doozy. You are in for a doozy. Because let me tell you, Monet does not like hugs. She's not a hugger. She barely even gives me hugs. Like, come on now. So Anaya wanted a hug from Monet, and Monet is not a hugger. And so Anaya proceeds to ask her sister for a hug, and she was like, "No, I don't want to give you a hug." And so what does Anaya do? I'll tell you what she does. Anaya decides that she wants to cut half of her sister's hair just because she didn't give her a hug. And not only cut half of her sister's hair, she decides to cut up her clothes, her backpack, her purse, her shoes, and this doll that I bought, me and my niece bought for her. I don't know if y'all know what American Girl doll is. Y'all should. I mean, they're highly popular. But we bought her an American Girl doll. And it wasn't just a regular American Girl doll, it was a customized American Girl doll for her birthday. When they didn't want the doll anymore, and that's cool, fine. I can sell it or whatever. Perfect condition still. Like, that's fine. We can get rid of it. But what does Anaya do? Anaya decides to give the dog a little haircut. Not just, like a little snip here, a little snip there. No, 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 no. Nay, nay. What does she do? What does she do? She decides to give the dog a whole new hairstyle. She gives her Tony Braxton's, the little short finger curl. That. She does that to her hair. And I'm like, oh, well, that dog is trash now. Because I mean, it came out pretty decent. Don't get me wrong. It came out pretty decent. But that's not the point. It's not the point. The point is that she got mad at her sister for not giving her a hug. And so she decides to cut her hair. And then some. So yeah, that's Anaya. That's the one that you have to watch out for. You have to be nice to her, otherwise you're gonna live to regret it. And then Tristan, that's my baby. He's my youngest. He's my first boy. Love him to death, but he's something. He's something. He's very Boys are very clingy. They're very, very clingy. He's very clingy a lot. Like he doesn't understand the concept of personal space and that I don't want to be touched. So every time he touches me, like, I'm cool with my son, being underneath me or whatever. But then there's at times when, especially when his hands, the little hands, the little toes are cold as shit. Do not fucking touch me. Don't. Just don't do it because no. So he like I be wanting my space and he comes up under me and then he like places his hand on my leg or he even wraps his arms around me and I'm like, dude, I'm not your woman. Like I'm your mother. Leave me alone. And so he comes up to me and I'd be like, you're touching and I don't like it. And he's like, okay. But he continues to touch me and I don't get it. Him, I knew he was a boy off rip. I knew it. I had no doubts in my mind because my pregnancy was completely different. I had so many complications, so much trouble. I was put on bed rest. I've always been high risk, but I was insanely high risk with him. He was just not sitting right in the room. My lower half retained so much that's why I was put on bed rest because I couldn't there was no flow in there. Um, but he just came out in like 3 seconds flat. And I was like, red flag right there. Mm-mm. See, Monet was just perfect. She was perfect. I mean, outside of the fact that it took 3 days to have her, but the moment she heard um C-section, she was good. She was gone. She was out. Cool. But right. So um and I also went into preterm labor with him, and I got really he made me emotional. I cried because I was like, I don't want him to be in a NICU. I can't be away from my baby. Why is he doing this to me? Why can't you just be normal, right? So he just really made me emotional, and I never been emotional a day in my life. Like no, but he made me really really emotional. Those rumors you hear about how women cry at like the drop of a hat or a drop of a pen or just like in a blink of an eye. Nope. I was one of them. I cried about almost everything, everything. I cried because I kept throwing up. I cried because I had to constantly go in the hospital. I cried because I was put on bed rest. I cried because I couldn't eat or drink anything because everything I ate or drank, he would make me throw it up. I cried if my favorite show wasn't on. I cried. I cried for everything. I cried for everything, and I was like, "This is a boy." I cried because of that. I was like, "This is a boy. This is a boy." When I went to the doctors because this is during COVID, so Daddy wasn't allowed in because of COVID. But when I went to the doctor, I FaceTimed him and I was like, all right, so we're about to, find the sex. I was like, are we sure we want to find the sex or do we want to wait? I mean, I already know it's a boy, but, you know, we can do it now. He thought he was a girl, but nah, I was like, nah, I know it's not a girl. And he was like, all right, let's find the sex. And I was like, watch, it's going to be nothing but a penis on that screen. I kept saying penis. And I think the nurse was uncomfortable at how many times I said penis because I said it a lot. So I was like, look at that penis. It's a penis. There's a penis. It's a boy because it has a penis. And so I think she was like really uncomfortable, but she was like cool with it, but she was uncomfortable. And so that's how we found out that he was a boy. That is hot. I want to pour it, but it is hot. It's hot. Okay. Let's move on. Let's turn you down. But let's move on. Because that was hot and I can't grip it. Um but my boy, my Tristan, I know he doesn't have a double name. His name was supposed to be Tristan Maurice Breedlove and his dad's last name. But his dad wasn't feeling that name. And I had reasons why I wanted to name him that. Tristan, because I never really liked the name Christian. Everybody named Mama Christian. No offense to you Christians out there. But it was I just didn't, give me. And so Maurice is the name of my brother who passed, and I've never physically met my brother. I've always talked to him over the phone when he was alive, but I never really met him. And when I went to California one day, well, for a family reunion, he was supposed to be, in California, but he ended up getting called away for work, and so we just never met. And so we planned to, like meet up another time, and then a couple of days after we got back from California, he had passed. And so it was, in honor of my brother on my dad's side. Because, he was one of my favorite brothers. I mean, he was my only brother on my dad's side. So I wanted to honor him. Um, and then Bree Love comes from, I don't know if you guys can see, but right there, that's my best friend. He committed suicide when we were in high school. And so it was to honor him, my best friend, because he would have been my kid's godfather if he was still here. Um, and I'm not gonna talk about that because that makes me sad. It makes me really sad. It breaks my heart. So we'll probably talk about that another time. But just know that's my best friend who will always and forever be my best friend. And you know we'll talk more about him. But that's his last name was Breedlove, and so I wanted to name him after him. Although his name is Christian, but we again Christian. It's played out to me. No offense to you Christians, but it's just that's how I feel, and I want it unique. I mean, hello, my daughter's names is Monet Rose and Anaya Marie. Like, come on now. And so, but his middle name is Jamari, so it's Tristan Jamari, and it was supposed to be Jeremiah, but his dad didn't like Jeremiah, and so I was like, well, then I'm going with Jamari. Like, it's going to be Jamari. So it's Tristan Jamari. But Tristan, that's my baby. That's my little baby boy. He does wonderful things. Just wonderful things. He's a wonderful little boy. Oh, that little kid there. He he gets into like he likes soccer. So when he was in daycare, he would do soccer, and he loves soccer. He would come home, mommy soccer, mommy's any ball he saw soccer, soccer ball. Let's play soccer. So I bought him this little dollar store soccer ball that hovers. Oh, that far too much. That hovers over with air, the little hover soccer ball, and it bounces off of things or whatever. And he loves it. so much. He bangs it, all that good stuff. And he's interested in cars too. He loves cars. I'm looking for something. Here it is. I found it. Nah, I just gotta get it. So he loves cars and dinosaurs and guns. He when before he realized that we had Nerf guns in the house, he would take his finger and he would go, "Dang it, what was it?" Because he didn't know how to make a gun sound, so he would go at something like that, or I think it was like a T. It was emphasis with T's, so he'd go ta 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 ta, and it was just so cute. Even one time, he took a chicken wing. I gave him chicken, and he had ate it, and then he took the chicken and he pointed it like a gun and just went around shooting people. So he, in his mind, he can turn anything into a gun. And then he realized we had Nerf guns, and so now he takes the Nerf guns and he like, "Mommy, do it, do it, do it," because he wants me to pull the thing back so that way he can pull the trigger, because he can't pull the trigger without cocking it back. So we don't have any bullets because all the bullets are somewhere. He used to eat the bullets, you know, so we don't really have bullets in house for the Nerf guns. But he also loves dinosaurs. He has this little dinosaur that hides around the house that be like, "Mommy, look, dinosaur." The first time he told me about this dinosaur, he decided to tell me about this dinosaur late at night, pitch black, dark. My bedroom door is open, and his sisters are asleep. Dad is at work, and he is in a room with me, and I'm watching Criminal Minds, my favorite show. Like, you exactly. So I'm watching Criminal Minds, and Tristan decides to tell me there's a dinosaur over there in the blackness of the hall, and I'm like, go get the dinosaur. He's like, he's like, "Mommy, look." He goes, "Mommy, look." Look at what? Dinosaur. Dinosaur where? Dinosaur there. Okay, what is the dinosaur doing? I don't know. Go get the dinosaur. No. Well, why won't you go get the dinosaur? Mommy, go get dinosaur. No, I'm not. If you won't go get the dinosaur, what makes you think I'm gonna go get the dinosaur? It's your dinosaur. You go get it. And so he would say that this dinosaur was just randomly around the house. He said the dinosaur was by the front door. The dinosaur is in the hall. The dinosaur is in the living room, kitchen. Dinosaur, dinosaur, dinosaur. And I, for one, am not about to go see what this imaginary dinosaur is. And he said it was a T Rex. So you decided to create an imaginary dinosaur, and not just any old. You decided to create a T Rex imaginary dinosaur, one of the most vicious dinosaurs of all. You decide to do that. Well, that says a lot about your imagination right there, sir. So I wouldn't go get the dinosaur. His daddy wouldn't go get the dinosaur. His sisters wouldn't go get the dinosaur. He won't even go get the dinosaur. But he will acknowledge that this dinosaur is somewhere in the house. So if you ask him, like, "Where's your friend? Where's your friend?" They're like, "Dinosaur? Yeah, dinosaur. Dinosaur right there." "Oh, well, I'm not going there, sir. Thank you." So, yeah, he has an imaginary dinosaur that's just living in my house, you know, that I don't pay no mind to because I don't want to. He also, talking to him is like terrible. He talks better than his sister did. His second sister, Naya Marie. He talks better than she did. And Naya Marie did not start talking until she was 3. She was pretty much a mute up until 3. She did not know how to communicate outside of saying and pointing. So it was a task to try to get her to talk and to understand what she's saying. But she wouldn't. So we got her speech therapy, and she's improving. I mean, she has an impediment issue, so she drops certain letters off of a word. So if you were to tell her to say car, with an R, she will say caw. Or she still has like baby talk. So instead of saying "I love you," well, she can say "I love you," but to give an example, so if you were to have her say "I love you," she would say "I love you." So she talks like that in a sense with some things. Um, But overall, if you were to like see her at the age of 2 and then to like see her now, you're like, wow, she has improved. But he is talking a whole lot better than she was at that age. And it's annoying because he asks so many why questions. So he'd be like, Mommy, that's hot. Yes, it is hot. Why? Because I'm cooking. The stove is hot because I'm cooking. And he'd be like, why? Because I need the stove to cook. Why? Because I want to cook dinner and I need the stove so I can cook dinner. But why, mommy? Boy, if you don't get out my face and leave me alone with this why, mommy shit, you gonna find out why. And that's him. So he questions everything and has to have an answer for everything when there at is none. There is no answer for everything, but in his head there is. So he wise me a lot, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm not a person that loves questions. I hate questions. I hate taking tests in school, and to have my son quiz me every waking moment of the day is kind of annoying, right? So now, um, that's all three of my kids. I love them dearly. Would do anything in the world for them, you know? But they're like, they're broke best friends, for one, and they're very needy. I like personal space. I like my alone time, but they don't care about that. They want me to be in it, except for Monet. Monet, we can chill. We cool. She's my teenager. That's my young teenager because she give her her phone and she you ain't gotta worry about her. She'll come to you and be like, "Hey, I'm hungry. Can I make you this?" I love it. I love that age when they can make their own stuff. I love it. Like, I love it. I love it so much, and I can't wait. Yeah, the other day, Tristan, I asked him to go get me a soda, and he successfully got me a soda out the refrigerator. And I was like, "Oh, got another one. We got another one that can get stuff." Yeah. Mm-hmm. You work. You work around here because I give them reward points, and they get to buy stuff at the end of the week. Because each point is $1, so they get to buy stuff at the end of the week. But we can talk about, my whole reward system. It's very fascinating at another time. But that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Think about how, if you don't have kids, think about it. Think about it. One good thing is some taxes, but remember, you have to take care of that child. And they come with a lot of baggage. They come with a lot of baggage. They can't do nothing for the first 2 3 years of their lives, and you have to support them, and all. It's a lot of work, okay? Because people be like, my family be like, I can't believe you have to say stuff like that, because I be telling them, I told them, hey, you can't. I don't know what I said, but I said something. It's just like something that's off the wall, outlandish. Like, no, you cannot stick that up your nose because you just can't do it. And then people be like, you really have to tell your child that? Yes, I do. They lack common sense. Okay, they don't have it. They weren't born with it. You, it's they just don't have it. I try to teach it to them every day, but they don't get it. They lack the common sense thing, and I don't understand why they don't have that little thing in the back of their head to be like, hey, no, don't do it. They don't. They just don't. And they try to argue up and down as to why, when you parent them, why what you say goes. Don't stop talking to me, and just do what I say. If you just do what I say, we all be happy campers, right? Right. So just do it. But that's all I got for you for about my kids today. Next time, I don't know what we'll talk about. Maybe y'all can get some suggestions, and we'll go from there. I do know that I have nails. For those of you who didn't watch the other one, my first one, I know I said I don't wear nails when I make candles because stuff gets up in them, but I got bored. And so I made some nails. I have many talents. I'm a creature of many talents and many things, and nails is one of them. And I got bored and I saw a picture and I was like, hey, let's do that. And so I did. And I hope you guys like my shirt. Like my shirt? XO, XO till we overdose. You know? If you know, you know. You know, you know. But I hope you guys had fun. And yes, I wear glasses. You may see my glasses more often because I can't see shit. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. See you next week. I will try to upload every single Wednesday, and then I have another segment that I'm working on. It's called Behind the Candles. It's just me in my natural state making candles, listening to music, dancing, singing, whatever I does, and then I do. And so stay tuned for that. I try to upload. I'm gonna try to have that come out on Fridays. It may not be this Friday. I'm still working it out, but we'll see. We'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you for tuning in. And bye.